So the first criteria we are going to be looking at is award of excellence. So we call it award of excellence in short, but what they mean is evidence of national or international awards. That is what USCIS is looking for. So these awards are awards that demonstrate your outstanding achievement that can be used to serve as a proof of your extraordinary ability in the EB1A category. So let's assume you're an artist, you did a drawing, or you wrote a poem, or you're a writer, and you got a writing award from some organization or international body. This kind of awards can qualify. You are a scientist, you got an NSF award, you are a researcher, you got a outstanding paper award, best poster presentation award, best student award. This kind of awards can potentially qualify for these are the kind of awards we are saying. Some fellowship awards, maybe you are a PhD student, but in your PhD you need to get a PhD fellowship. Then this kind of fellowship too can qualify depending on how you get them. I've seen some people, they try to write research assistantship award. This research assistantship award unfortunately does not qualify for this kind of award that we are talking about. But if you graduate from your PhD and you get a outstanding PhD award, this kind of award can qualify. And any award in that similar category, you understand? So it could be journalism award, film and entertainment award, like Oscar, Academy Awards, depending on the country. So it does not mean to be national. It can just be a national award within your country. There was a competition or a selection process. So this kind of awards. But usually USCIS likes that the award is from a national body, not just a local body in one's town. You understand? A national body. These are very good. So within your country. So it doesn't need to be a United States body. So whether you live in France, you live in Nigeria, you live in UK, you live in wherever you live in, is there a national body that you have that has given you a national award? Then this kind of awards can qualify. Maybe you, like I said, poster award, those kind of awards can qualify. So sometimes when students or researchers, PhD students, they get like a travel grants award. A travel grant award, unfortunately, will not qualify for this kind of thing because they just be like, oh, when you're trying to explain travel grant, the travel at the beginning shows that, oh, this is like a grant, like a financial assistance. So the awards they are saying here is not necessarily a financial assistance. It is an award that was given to you based on your outstanding work. And when you are proving it to the USCIS, you need to tell us what is that outstanding work that you did or that you've done. A scholarship award that was given to you because of your financial need also may not qualify for this kind of will not qualify. Student awards like travel awards, like I said, may not qualify for this kind of award. Research assistantship also do not qualify. So, but some scholarships may qualify. Like we have the Fulbright scholarship. If you know how to, Fulbright involves it. We have a national selection that happens in where from a country. So maybe in a country they just select 2 people out of or 10 people out of a lot of people that apply. And there's a process. You need to submit some research proposal and a lot of other things that you need to do. So a scholarship award like Fulbright may be able to qualify. It all depends on how you prove it, your work, and how it fits into everything about your work. You understand? So this is very important. This is very important. One thing I should have mentioned before starting on this is that everything needs to tie together in your story. For example, if you are a robotics engineer and your award is in what can I use as an example? You are a robotics engineer and you have done some things in the past in the area of data engineering or something not robotics. You understand? Maybe chemical engineering or mathematics, something that is not robotics. So you got an award in those kind of field from those kind of body. These two things are not the same thing. So the point is, everything needs to tie together. Unless you are going to explain to us how that award that you got in that other field makes you have extraordinary ability in your field. For example, mathematics and robotics are very they are very similar fields. There's a lot of maths in robotics. So if you got a math award, you can explain to us that, okay, you got this award, it's a maths award, for example, but being an excellent mathematician actually makes you a good robotics engineer, for example. So because of that, you understand, maybe you got a software award and you are a robotics software engineer. So, you can find the relationship. But in places where you cannot find the relationship, then it becomes difficult to prove. So the point is your acclaim, what you claim to have an expertise or extraordinary ability with. Everything you want to say, all the story you want to tell must tie to that thing, must be eating that nail, must be making you have extraordinary ability or show that you have risen to the top of your field. You get what I'm trying to say? Another example I can use is maybe you are an attorney or you study as a legal practitioner before and you got some legal award, but now you don't do law again. You are in finance. You are not doing finance. You are not a finance professional. The question is, what do you want to claim? What is your claim? Do you want to claim to be a finance specialist or you want to claim to be a legal luminary? You understand? So you need to answer those questions. When you ask those questions, everything that you want to say must now tie to finance specialist. You cannot claim to be a finance specialist and you are bringing an award that you got based on your work you did in the legal profession. They are not the same thing. Unless you are able to show that, okay, unless, and that is left to you. It's not something I can tell. Unless you're able to show that, okay, getting this award as a legal practitioner makes me an excellent finance specialist. So maybe the area of law or finance specializes in some finance law. There's a niche. That is then you can be able to make some arguments. So then in that case, your what's it called? Your acclaim is not going to be just finance specialist alone. Maybe you can call yourself a finance lawyer or something like that. Or you get what I'm trying to say. We have lawyers that are always involved in merger, M&A, acquisition, and those kind of things. So that's the kind of law you do. Then it can begin to make sense. You understand what I'm trying to say? So ability to tell the story and make that argument is really, really important. Now that we know about the award, what we have to include, or what qualifies and what doesn't qualify. What I want to talk about now is how do you actually present the award within your petition or within your cover letter for your I-140. So one of the first important piece of evidence or exhibits that you need is your award certificate or the notification letter. So was it through email? Was it a letter that was sent to you? Whatever form of way it was, you were informed about the award, you want to present it. Was it in a conference brochure or program that your name was mentioned? So all these, you want to present it as an evidence. You print it out if it's in a soft copy or in a digital copy. You make a copy if it's not a digital copy. And so you need it and you need to add it as part of your petition. So another piece of evidence that you need to present is the selection criteria. You need to explain what is the selection criteria. This is going to be a brief description of the conference, including its significance, the organizing body, its national, international recognition, the criteria that the conference organizers use to award recipients. Then you also want to emphasize the competitive nature of the award. So in terms of, okay, maybe they are going to shortlist, maybe 1,000 people presented paper. And out of 1,000 people that presented paper, only 10 people were awarded, something like that. Or maybe it's a fellowship award, or and those kind of award, best PhD award within your, maybe your school graduates 500 people, and out of those 500 people, you are the only one that was given this award. Then those kind of things matter. Maybe you are a writer, you made 1,000, there were up to 1,000 submissions for a particular writing, and you later got this award. So these kind of things are, or maybe it's an exhibition. There are up to 1,000 exhibitions, but out of all these 1,000 exhibitions, only 4 people, and you're among those 4 people that got this award. Then those are the kind of things you want to explain. So the selection criteria is important. Another thing that is important is official certificates, plaques. Is there a press release? Is there a media coverage of the award? Is there a public announcement on the organization's website? So you print it out, you include the link. Those are important details you want to add. Are there photos from the award ceremony or event? You also want to include this. Another thing is you want to explain the award significance. In terms of information about award granting information, I talked about this before, the prestige of the industry and those kind of other things. They are very, very important. Then you also want to explain the relevance of the award to your field. So what I mean by relevance to your field is, sometimes maybe you're a robotics engineer, then you got an award in Control Systems Society, something like that. Controls isn't within robotics, but the USCIS on this officer may not understand this. So you need to let them know that, okay, control is within robotics. Maybe you got a mechanical engineering award, but you are a robotics engineer. You need to explain. You are claiming to be a robotics expert, but this is a mechanical engineering award. You need to explain the link with your field. So they can just say, oh, they don't understand. Maybe they see it as two different things. So you need to make this, or maybe you're a robotics engineer, you got a maths award. You're a robotics engineer, you got open source, robotics open source contribution award. All these kind of things they may think it's different things. So you need to explain the context. So sometimes you can also get letters from experts who can attest to the significance of this award, talk about the selection. So it's a letter from it's going to be like a reference letter, but basically the reference letter is going to be talking about the award, your work that you presented, the significance, and a lot of other things like that. So if you're able to do all these things within your award, then you are fine. Then that is a very excellent. Then you have submitted a strong case for award. So you don't just say you are awarded and you include just one evidence. Usually one evidence of notification of the award is not just enough. It's not just going to be enough. So you need to add more. And that is why USCIS sometimes will give RFE. So common reasons that you can get RFE for this criteria is when you misinterpret or you misrepresent the award's prestige. So maybe the award is just one local award, or you give insufficient explanation, usually details about the selection process, or the award is not related to your field of endeavor, or you do not submit proper documentation such as missing certificate, letters, event details. So you don't add those supporting evidence. Then if you do any of these things, or if you don't do any of these things, you are most likely going to get RFE. So that is why I said you can know someone, you have the same things you've done. Maybe they got award, you got award, the same award. They got approved for EB1A. It does not mean you are going to get approved. The question is, how do you present? This is your evidence. So it's very important.